Sawadee Kap! Welcome to Break Time with Monte. Today's story, Happy Ending. Coach Choi's accuser, Rungrawee Kurasa, today apologized to everyone in the Thai Taekwondo family, and Coach Choi himself accepted her very personal apology to him. Happy ending. All is well again in Thailand's Taekwondo camp. Today, Rungrawee Kurasa, accompanied by her parents, came to the Taekwondo Association headquarters, where she apologized to everyone and made a very personal apology to Coach Choi Young-seok himself. Rungrawee, or Nongkoi, of course, had earlier accused the coach of slapping her and punching her in the stomach after her loss in the Korean Open last week, a punishment she claimed was excessive. Taekwondo athletes, association officials, and sports fans rushed to the Korean-born coach's defense, causing him to reconsider his initial decision to quit his position. Today, Nongkoi admitted to being hot-tempered, and she had no idea she would cause such a big and damaging incident. She said no one else was behind her ill-advised decision to criticize the coach publicly. A tearful Nongkoi said she loved the sport, and if the association gives her another opportunity, she will give it her all. Now, earlier stories about this same thing. Here's the story from start to finish. A good exercise for English learners, since you see the basic vocabulary repeated again and again as the story develops. Monday evening update. Embattled Taekwondo coach apologizes, but won't change methods. Thailand's embattled coach of the national Taekwondo team apologized over the punishment used against a badly prepared female fighter, but he said he would not change his methods. South Korean-born Choi Young-seok told a packed room of reporters Monday that what he did was about instilling discipline in the entire team. He said he would not resign and wanted to make the Thai team his last. Team member Rungrawee Kurasa, 23, accused Coach Choi of using excessive force by punching her several times after she lost a match at last week's Korean Open. The coach said the accusation, which went viral on social media, caught him by surprise, and he wanted to apologize to the Thai people for the controversy in hopes of putting the matter to rest quickly. Coach Choi, however, said he would not change his punishment methods. Team discipline needs to be improved, and fighters need to understand his system better, he told reporters. Explaining his discipline philosophy, Coach Choi said that results of any individual match are not as important as skills that can be developed. But fighters on the national team need to learn to take responsibility. In the case of Miss Rungrawee, who not only lost the match due to bad preparation, but also forgot an identification card, and kept an opponent waiting. Coach Choi said the punishment was dealt because although the Open was a small event, if it were repeated at the Asian Games, it could bring disgrace to the country by being disqualified. No one is disputing that Coach Choi struck the young woman. The question has been over whether the force used was excessive. The coach earlier described the punishment not as the punch the fighter described, but light, open hand contact. Let's go to Monday morning's update. Coach Choi arrives home. Thailand's national taekwondo coach Choi Yong-seok returned to Bangkok last night to a rousing welcome at Suvarnabhumi Airport from fan club members, athletes, and taekwondo officials. He told the large media contingent covering his arrival that he didn't fault taekwondo athlete Rungvavi Kurasa, or Nongkoi, whose allegations of excessive punishment after her loss at the Korea Open caused him to briefly consider resigning his position. He said she simply lacked experience in what was required of a national team member and the demands of international competition. She has only been a national team member for 3 to 4 months and doesn't really understand team regulations, Coach Choi said. He said he would like to quickly come to an understanding with Nongkoi so the matter can be laid to rest and he can get back to his duties as a coach. He's there somewhere in that media crowd, just to look to the left of the center in the above picture. At the airport, Prisha Torkratkul, head of the Taekwondo Association of Thailand, said his organization was willing to give Nongkoi the opportunity to continue the sport. She had earlier announced she was quitting the national team. Mr. Prisha also announced that Coach Choi would continue training the national team through the 2016 Olympics in Brazil. Now, Sunday evening's update. 21:20. Coach Choi is in the air on his way back to Thailand. He is expected back at 22:20. Sunday morning update. Taekwondo national coach Choi Yong-seok now scheduled to arrive at Suvarnabhumi Airport at 10:20 p.m. tonight. Prisha Tortrakul, Vice President of the Taekwondo Association of Thailand, TAT, said he was happy that Choi would return to Thailand. He said Choi would give only one interview with the media after his return and would then focus on training his athletes for upcoming events. We want to put an end to the matter as soon as possible and do not want him to be distracted, he said. Meanwhile, Thai Taekwondo athlete Rungvavi Kurasa, who claims she was punched by the national coach Choi Yong-seok, yesterday failed to appear before the investigation committee to give her side of the story. The 23-year-old fighter has publicly complained that Choi punched her several times after her loss in her opening bout at the Korean Open earlier this month. Her failure to show up at yesterday's meeting upset panel chairman Sarawut Maharom, who said the athlete showed no respect to the committee. We did not want to question her. We wanted to talk to her and get details of the incident from her, an infuriated Surawat said. We wanted to help her and give her a chance to speak. It was unfortunate that she did not come. We consider this an insult. Now, Saturday's update. Charawai says Rung Ravi to blame. Taekwondo fighter Rung Ravi Kurasa was badly prepared for her fight in last week's Korean Open, prompting coach Choi Yong-seok to punish her, a Thai coach at the tournament said yesterday. Rung Ravi has claimed South Korea's Choi punched her several times after she was well beaten in her opening bout. The athlete said she did nothing wrong, but Choi, who is in South Korea, and other members of the coaching staff had a different story. She was not well prepared for the fight and should blame herself for being punished, said Chatchawai Kahalaor, one of Thailand's coaches who was at the venue. She has competed at several major international events, so she should have done better ahead of her bout at the Korean Open. It is not unusual for Choi to punish players during training or competition, said Chatawal, a former national athlete under Choi. Rung Ravi is scheduled to meet the investigation committee led by Surawut Maharom today. Not Indra Pana, former president of the Taekwondo Association of Thailand, said he believed the coach did not use violent means. He said it was not easy for Thailand to get such a high-quality coach. I believe he will return to Thailand. He has said he loves Thailand, and Thais also love him, Nat said. But the investigation must be conducted in a straightforward manner. Earlier stories. Friday, 2000. The PBS reports that Thailand's embattled Taekwondo coach, encouraged by an outpouring of support for Taekwondo team members and sports fans, has told Reuters he will return to Thailand on Sunday to continue his duties. Taekwondo authorities are still hoping that his accuser, Rung Ravi Kurasa, will give her side of the story tomorrow, and that the two can resolve their differences amicably. Yesterday, I spoke to the president of the Taekwondo Association of Thailand, Pimol Srivakorn, and made my decision this morning to return to Thailand, Choi told Reuters. Choi said it was a small disciplinary punishment. Now, Thursday's stories. At 1950, Coach Choi did not return Thailand today, and now a group of top Thai Taekwondo athletes, led by the 2013 Taekwondo World Champion Shanatip Songham, are making plans to go to South Korea to try to persuade him to return. A Korean news agency also quoted the embattled coach as saying that he did not use excessive force against Rung Ravi Kurasa. And that has been backed up by another coach who was president when the incident happened. There is speculation that politics between rival groups within the Thai Badminton Association might have played a part in the accusation against the coach. 1100. Post today confirms that Coach Choi will not be returning to Thailand today and that his family has left Thailand and returned to South Korea. The information comes from Taekwondo Association President Pemol Surivikorn, who also said he will do his best to try to keep Coach Choi as the head of the national team. At 1000, Thai PBS has just reported that Coach Choi will not be returning to Thailand with the Taekwondo team today, adding to suspicions that he will soon resign his position. Meanwhile, support for the coach continues to pour in, and former and current athletes and from sports fans. A Facebook page giving moral support to the coach jumped from 3,000 likes to over 20,000 in only a day. Note, there are various ways of pronouncing Taekwondo, and I use the Oxford Dictionary version, American pronunciation, which sounds like Taekwondo. Taekwondo coach under fire may quit. Thailand's national Taekwondo team has had much success under its South Korean-born head coach, Choi Young-seok, winning Olympic, Asian Games, and World Championship medals over the past decade. Now we are finding out one of the reasons why. Choi is a tough disciplinarian, and carelessness or failure to train properly are severely punished. It is a bit too much for national team member Rungrawi Kurasa, who claims Coach Choi assaulted her after she lost a match at the Korean Open last Friday. Rather than keep quiet like other team members, Rungrawi, 23, the bronze medalist from this year's Asian Championships in Uzbekistan, described the incident in a post on her Facebook page, saying her coach punched her once in the face and stomach. She claimed the punishment was excessive and yesterday visited a hospital for medical checkup. According to a Thai Wrath report, she said her parents would not tolerate such a practice and she would not get hurt for free. According to the same Thai Wrath report, however, the head coach punished Rungrawi because she was not only late for her match, but she also forgot her equipment, forcing her competitor to wait. Coach Choi, a fluent Thai speaker, is very well known to Thai sports fans, many of whom have voiced their support for him in the social media, countering calls for his resignation by other netizens. The 2013 Taekwondo world champion Shanatip Songham also wrote a message in support of the coach. She said she has Mr. Choi to thank her for Olympic bronze medal and other international accolades. Taekwondo is a combative sport, so injuries are normal. There is punishment during training for mistakes. That is true. I've been through all types of penalty. I used to cry and question why I was treated this way. But I have endured, and I have eventually made it, Shanatip wrote. She said no one wants to be hurt, but the coach's intention of wanting to see the athletes succeed must be considered too. The Taekwondo Association of Thailand is investigating the allegation and has invited Rung Rui and Choi to testify on Saturday. This may not happen. Coach Choi is reported to be very upset over Rung Rui's accusation, and South Korean fans and sports writers are urging him to quit as Thai coach and come home to help develop athletes there. The 2004 Olympic bronze medalist Yawapa Buraponchai wrote on her Facebook page yesterday asking whether Rung Rui will accept responsibility if he does leave. Now, today's vocabulary. Accolade, accolade. Accompanied, accompanied. Accusation, accusation. Admit, admit. Allegation, allegation. Amicably, amicably. Assault, assault. Association, association. Athlete, athlete. Back, back. Bout, bout. Bronze, bronze. Claim, claim. Combative, combative. Competitor, competitor. Conduct, conduct. Consider, consider. Contingent, contingent. Controversy, controversy. Counter, counter. Criticize, criticize. Current, current. Decade, decade. Defense, defense. Demands, demands. Details, details. Disciplinarian, disciplinarian. Disgrace, disgrace. Disqualify, disqualify. Distracted, distracted. Embattled, embattled. Encouraged, encouraged. Endure, endure. Equipment, equipment. Eventually, eventually. Excessive, excessive. Fault, fault. Flank, flank. Fluent, fluent. Former, former. Headquarters, headquarters. Hot-tempered, hot-tempered. Identification card, identification card. ID card, ID card. Ill-advised, ill-advised. Incident, incident. Infuriated, infuriated. Initial, initial. Injury, injury. instill, instill, insult, insult, intention, intention, interview, interview, investigate, investigate, investigation, investigation, lack, lack, laid to rest, laid to rest, manner, manner, matter, matter, means, means, meanwhile, meanwhile, media, media, moral support, moral support, netizen, netizen, normal, normal, opponent, opponent, opportunity, opportunity, outpouring, outpouring, pact, pact, persuade, persuade, pour in, pour in, practice, practice, preparation, preparation, present, present, prompt, prompt, punch, punch, punishment, punishment, quote, quote, reconsider, reconsider, regulations, regulations, resign, resign, resignation, resignation, resolve, resolve, respect, respect, responsibility, responsibility, rival, rival, rousing, rousing, schedule, schedule, slap, slap, social media, social media, speculation, speculation, straightforward, straightforward, suspicion, suspicion, tearful, tearful, testify, testify, tolerate, tolerate, tough, tough, treat, treat, under fire, under fire, unfortunate, unfortunate, upcoming, upcoming, upset, upset, urge, urge, venue, venue, violent, violent, viral, viral, voice, voice. That is today's story and vocabulary. There is lots and lots of good vocabulary in this lesson, and the lesson is a little long, but there is much here for you to learn. Have a great day now. I'll see you next time on Break Time with Monte.